Imagine this. A shove from behind, a player sent crashing into his own goalie, and the puck sliding into a wide-open net. The refs review it, but somehow, in a crucial playoff game with a stunned arena and a head coach screaming on national TV, the goal still counts. This wasn't just one bad call. The 2023-24 NHL season was packed with moments like this, where the biggest controversy wasn't about who won or lost, but whether anyone even knew what the rules were anymore. This season delivered insane goals, brutal hits, and wild playoff moments. But it also gave us some of the most confusing decisions fans have seen in years. We saw suspensions nobody agreed on, goals nobody could explain, and one controversy that grew much bigger than hockey itself. So today, we're breaking it all down. We're counting down the 5 most controversial NHL decisions of the season. Let's start with number 5. Picture the scene. It's February 10th, the classic Battle of Ontario. There are just 5 seconds left on the clock, and the Leafs have an empty net. Ottawa's Ridley Grigg gets a breakaway. He's all alone. But instead of just tapping it in, he winds up and blasts a full-blown slap shot into the empty cage. Well, Leafs defenseman Morgan Reilly did not like that one bit. He immediately charges Grigg and cross-checks him right in the head. A massive scrum breaks out, Reilly gets ejected, and the entire hockey world instantly splits down the middle. One side said Grigg broke the unwritten code of the game. The other side argued that Reilly crossed a very dangerous line with a headshot. The NHL had to step in, handing Reilly a 5-game suspension. But that didn't settle anything. For some, it was way too soft. For others, it was far too harsh. It was a moment that perfectly summed up the entire season's worth of debates. Coming in at number 4 is the infamous distinct kicking motion rule. On paper, it sounds simple enough. You're not supposed to be able to kick the puck into the net, but in practice, it was anything but simple. All season long, we saw goals that looked absolutely identical get completely different results. One would be allowed, the next would be waved off. The official rule says a puck can't be deliberately kicked in, but it never clearly defines what deliberately actually looks like. Is it a full-on soccer kick? What about a slight turn of the skate? This ambiguity turned every single skate deflection into a complete coin flip. From week to week, game to game, and even deep into the playoffs, nobody, not the players, not the coaches, and certainly not the fans, knew what was going to happen. It was a guessing game every time the puck went near a skate, adding a layer of pure chaos to the season. Our number 3 controversy involves one of the league's most fiery personalities. It was March 9th, and the Philadelphia Flyers were getting absolutely blown out by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Head coach John Tortorella had seen enough. He completely lost it at the officials, screaming at the referee from the bench. He was quickly ejected, but here's where it got truly wild. Tortorella refused to leave. He just stood there, arms crossed, repeatedly shouting, "I'm not going. I'm not going." But the league responded with a 2-game suspension and a hefty $50,000 fine. In a stunning twist, the Flyers CEO publicly announced he was proud of torts and that he would pay the fine himself. What started as a classic coach meltdown instantly became a direct public challenge to the league's authority. Now for number 2, the goal that arguably defined the entire playoffs. It was Game 4 of the series between the Boston Bruins and the Florida Panthers. During a frantic scramble in front of the Bruins' net, Florida's Sam Bennett cross-checked Charlie Coyle directly into his own goalie, Jeremy Swayman. With Swayman taken out of the play and the net left wide open, Bennett coolly scored. Boston immediately challenged the goal for goalie interference. It went to review. And somehow, against all logic, the goal was allowed to stand. The rulebook is pretty clear. A goal should be waved off if an attacking player pushes a defending player into the goalie. Even Swayman himself said the push prevented him from playing his position. It was a decision that left the hockey world baffled and gave Florida a commanding lead in a series they would go on to win. But the biggest controversy of the season wasn't about a missed call, a weird rule, or a questionable goal. It happened off the ice. In January, a shocking story broke. 5 players from Canada's 2018 World Junior team were told to surrender to police in London, Ontario. They were subsequently charged with sexual assault stemming from an incident that occurred years ago. All 5 players immediately stepped away from their NHL teams, and the league confirmed they were not eligible to play. Suddenly, there was no replay to analyze, no rule to debate. This was a story that forced the entire sport to confront something far bigger, far more serious than the game itself. It's a case whose outcome will undoubtedly follow the sport of hockey for many years to come. From bizarre calls on the ice and blown-up playoff games to a scandal that shook the entire sport, the 2023-24 NHL season wasn't just chaotic, it was unbelievably controversial. So, what do you think? Which decision this year made you the most angry? Did we miss one that drove you crazy? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. If you want more deep dives and breakdowns on all things hockey, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.